They will need him now more than ever before. Final map of the Boston E-League Major. Stewie loves to lurk towards the banana position. You see that boosted position for one of the CTs for Nico. This is, it looks like a difficult position, but you tend to see a fair few frags from here, and it's a hard one to identify. And in terms of identifying, in Cloud9's pushes towards A, they've tried to look for Faze when they've pushed the site in a normal positions, the corner box and so on, but Faze have been playing the less obvious positions, and that's been winning them rounds, and that might make Cloud9 favor B a bit more in the short term. But even if they do push A, they still need to figure out a way to deal with that.
I like how Faze are maintaining a lot of their utility. Of course, it's not a perfect situation, but there's 50 seconds left, so considering that, it's a fairly decent spot for them to be in. They're very suspicious of that B play. Having the floating player Guardian with the AWP playing off a CT spawn and leaving the job of A to Olofmeister and Rain for the time being is you see that Cloud9 with all the map control, leaving a man top mid as a lurk. That man is automatic. The push will come into B, so it would seem that Faze are fairly well positioned to deal with this push. The Guardian's just rotated back. There may be a good window of opportunity here for Cloud9.
So Nico, the Molotov is not damaging him. He gets the first kill. Running distraction now. His teammate can try and hide and pop out afterwards. The pop flash is there as well. And Guardian's back in the B bomb site with Nico and Carrigan shutting everything down. Guardian through the smoke. Automatic was there to cut off the rotations, but he hasn't managed to do that. And it's another round in the bag for FaZe Clan. 4 players surviving. No plan for Cloud9. The money starting to run low.
And that's such a sick position from Nico. We see that position from Nico all the time. There's so many highlights. There's one pistol highlight as well. From just sitting in that position, just patiently, elevated up on the quad spot and just patiently tapping away. And this is something that's very incredible about players like Nico and Rain. When you watch them in these very high pressured situations where you may see other players go for the full spray, they're just so calm and considered with their shots, and it works out for them. 4 rounds down for FaZe as they look to equalize against Cloud9, and they're very likely to do it. Cloud9 don't have much to work with here, just the pistols. Only 2 grenades.
What's been important for FaZe is that they haven't been losing players in the top mid position. So when Cloud9 have been charging the A site, they've just had the usual positions, and Cloud9 have not been able to deal with those positions. Now, one nice shot through the smoke, but the consolation at this point, the bomb now lost, and Stewie is surely about to die. So there it is, 5-5. Cloud9 with the money to buy once again for the most part. Automatic's only got 3K. So somebody will be short, but all the success is now with FaZe Clan. This is a great situation for FaZe Clan. So much success in the previous rounds. They could really get a nice CT half here.
Always feels good to get clean rounds like Cloud9 did. Can't really do much against Stewie's 1D there through the smoke, so can write that one off. But as you say, it's all set up for FaZe now to have a very good CT half, and more aggression on Banana. That's what we're going to see, which is fantastic. Ooh, Stewie caught with a name in his hat. Guardian goes for the fast play. And Guardian always gets the frag. And so does Nico, it would appear. Tarek going down, and Rush is the only man to really do much there. Very aggressive push there from Olofmeister.
Cloud9 have to read that there was a rotation towards the B bomb site, so they feel like they have got to try and capitalize on that, but the smoke is going to shut them down. Tarek took massive gambles around that smoke towards the B bomb site. That must have been a spawn-based play, just trying to stop FaZe Clan before they could get into position, because again, once they're in position, they have been enormous problems in the recent rounds for Cloud9. Carrigan now by the pillar, delivering 2 kills, leaving Automatic alone, 1 versus 3. He has the bomb, he has a minute on the clock, and he has a potential duel with Nico alone. Seems he'll offer a fake towards the A bomb site, and no one's top mid to see. So this is going to be a crucial engagement. Is Nico close enough to hear those steps that Automatic made though? Seems that it might be, because there's a rotation from Guardian already. Checking the angles, but Nico will be ready for it. Another round in the bag for FaZe.
And I hope for Cloud9's sake, they don't get discouraged about taking Banana, because that position is really important. You can't allow FaZe to feel like they can just defend this and take it for granted and have these positions. And they're honestly lucky in that spot that Guardian doesn't get multiple kills because of the one bullet that he shot out of the AWP. And that gets very scary now for Cloud9. The money is gone once again. We'll see a half buy, some pistols, some grenades, and some Kevlar as well. So be careful here, FaZe Clan. Must be disciplined. Once again, a push towards Banana.
Nico by the sandbag, his teammates backed off, and okay, well, there's a bomb plant in there for the Cloud9 side at the very least. I'll go down quickly. They've got rifles, they've got a lot of grenades, they've got one more smoke. Automatic has got to find a headshot. Oh, Rain though has a massive advantage now, surely. Automatic moving back. Rain not aggressing just yet. Oh, okay. Spot flash play, and Automatic will get taken out. Stewie on 2 HP with the M4, not even the AK. The Molotov will force him away, but he's able to reposition while the smoke is still down. Not the grenade, but the M4 of Olofmeister. Faze survived with 3 players.
Definitely a good round from Cloud9 though, considering that it was a half buy, they went for a straight rush, they got 2 kills, picked up a bomb plant to reinforce their economy and slightly keep, Faze a little bit honest as we move into the final rounds of the half, but I think that Faze just actually have too much money, and indeed it looks that way. I think they're going to be full buying for the rest of the half no matter what. And Cloud9 still looking for that approach, and Banana still seems to be unsolved by them. I think, as a T side, that should be a position you can take with correct use of utility. So that is something that they must solve.
I think they need a 5-on-4. They need a man advantage before they're pushing into a site. Faze Clan starting with 3 for grenade purposes, I'm sure, towards the B bomb site, where they've been comfortable with 2 for the most part. Although the third player's hanging around, so maybe because of the previous play from Cloud9, lots of flashbangs, but Nico will not give this up for free. That is a perfectly placed Molotov. Stewie really wants an engagement here. He's getting tagged through the wall now, down to 21 HP. Hasn't even seen anybody. Being shooed away like a schoolboy, hanging outside the store.
This is really impressive. This is really impressive by Faze. Like the way they're playing Banana right now, like Cloud9 are really trying desperately to get positioning there, but it seems like Faze have full information. Even though all the smokes are blooming, they have grenades to check everything. It's really crazy. Now that gives them full information. The push is going to be coming into way as we have Rain looking for the defense. Oh, the flashes are perfect, but Rush still makes the frag happen. Guardian's in there, in the thick of it, but he can't get away there in the open and frag. And Stewie cutting off the rotation. Somehow, some way, Cloud9 have found their way out of desperation.
Oh, have they forgotten that they haven't checked the pit position? Maybe they have. Or maybe there's just too many places for Scar to look at. Rush still on the site. They know that Skadoodle wasn't the one planting the bomb, and down goes Rush. Stewie with 21 HP. Is the bomb planted for him? He spots a player moving in from the library position, but he can't do anything about it. It's another round where Cloud9 are executing into a fully equipped Faze Clan team. No man advantage, nothing to try and abuse or exploit, and it's causing them a lot of trouble and hardship on their T side.
And it's the beautiful thing about the way Faze are playing Banana. As they have so much focus around there, and again, I think for Cloud9, it's hard to know if they have 2 or 3 players there. If they were forced to use 3 players fairly consistently, Cloud9 can make some counter plays. They can do fast rounds up middle through quad, and that would be a very good anti-strat. But Faze have been perfecting the Banana control, 2 players, and if you can't win Banana, then you can't really get picks towards A, because it allows the A players to play much more defensively. So that still is a really big issue. Faze are showing a masterclass of how you play CT Inferno right now.
Now it seems to be Cloud9 with the troubled faces, experiencing a lot of failure in these recent rounds. How do they change things? Skadoodle on the AWP. The fast plays up Banana haven't worked out. You could say the first one is something that will work 1 out of 10 times. Guardian bouncing through a Molotov to get a pick and managing to escape. But then Faze Clan, they were expectant towards B. They fought around the sandbags and they held. So the fast play hasn't worked out for Cloud9. Will they continue in that ilk, or will they try and change it up? Skadoodle makes his way into the pit position. Oh, Guardian, I do wonder about that Molotov. Is that to stop a fast push? Is it to obscure vision of a sniper player? It's really hard to see through flames. Either way, he will not repeat.
And this is what I was wondering if Cloud9 would approach Banana this way now. As you said, the fast plays weren't working out. The reason you want to do fast plays is because it guarantees that the CTs can't have forward positions. But as you say, Faze, they've been dominating that. So the other way to play it is to just be very slow. Wait for the initial grenades to go away, then you retake it yourself with grenades. And you might need to use a few more grenades, but eventually you can get the control of Banana. And now Faze don't have all the information. And this has been the problem for Cloud9 previously, because it gave Faze perfect rotations.
Yeah, Faze Clan still have Guardian top mid. There's a minute on the clock. They haven't lost any players. They've been very good at not dropping a man early. Again, when these executes come in, see, 45 seconds now, Guardian starts moving back to the A site. So if Cloud9 want to take a site, they're fighting against all the members of that site every single time. 38 seconds on the clock. More grenades towards the A site. Guardian waiting towards Arch. He has a flashbang, so he could flash for a teammate towards short if he needs to. 28 seconds, 27 seconds, still 5-on-5 push of the A site. Everybody here for FaZe Clan who needs to be.
There's the first frag. They're forced to go in. The time is really a big issue. The spray can't be found there by Rain. He gets one. Olofmeister looking to defend, traded out. Trace left, right, and center. Guardian, can he find the player in pit? This is massive. No, Skadoodle gets it done. And that's so huge. They can now go for the plant. 5 seconds to go.
Oh, wow.
Great return there from Tarek as Nico stands the last man in the 1v2 clutch.
He's got a kit that gives him extra time. 3 places he could come from, maybe even 4, but it seems to have a good read. The laser lines are being held. Tarek is waiting for it, and Tarek delivers the kill. Finally, Cloud9 break the hold of FaZe Clan, and they get round number 6 on the board. The score may remain close as we move into the last round of the first half.
Oh, that is such a big round, isn't it? What a performance here from the likes of Skadoodle. Such an important kill. If he loses that, the round is just definitely over. And this is going to be a round after a long dry spell here for Cloud9, where it felt like nothing was working. And not only that, it felt like FaZe had the entire map. They had perfect rotations. And it was a slower approach that worked for Cloud9. I wonder if FaZe's response will be to get a bit more aggressive towards Banana. Nico does want it, but you have to be very careful. It's a very hard position to play. Oh, Stewie gets him. And there's your 5v4, James.
1 minute 30 on the clock, and Cloud9 have the man advantage. Finally, they have a strong start to a round. And maybe, just maybe, they will be able to execute their strat now. They can bleed the grenades of the opponent, disposing of the weapon. Karrigan has a second M4 at his feet in the B bomb site, which is interesting. I don't know why that's there, but anyway. 8-6. Minutes on the clock for Cloud9. They haven't pushed the CTs off of top mid yet. They need to do that regardless of if they're going to A or B.
And you really don't want to see Cloud9 overplaying their hand here, this 5v4 advantage. Time does start to wane. We see the grenades starting to fly in. You see Rush is definitely offering a bit of a fake. They're trying to suggest more players are trying to pressure in towards A than there really are. How long will FaZe fall for that though? Because they do, oh no, a player's floating away. The B bomb site is only Olofmeister. He does the smart thing. He falls back behind smoke somehow, some way, gets himself a frag. But now it's about the slow retake here from FaZe Clan.
Are they going to play against the clock, FaZe Clan? Because there's 18 seconds, the bomb goes down again. It's got to be collected, but there are so many CTs running around. Someone's got to collect the bomb and plant it. It's being collected. Tarek takes one in the face. Karrigan gets punctured as well. Skadoodle must hold the line. It could be 2. One to the left, one to the right. Both if the timing's right. Rain's still alive. In the red, he's dead. Round number 7 for Cloud9.
What an incredible half there from both teams. We saw FaZe with utter dominance around Banana, controlling the information, having the best rotations. We saw Cloud9 in a desperate position where it felt like they couldn't do anything right. But they somehow still found picks, they somehow still found clutches, and brought themselves up to 7 rounds to win the half with. That is remarkable. And this Inferno, this map 3 of this Grand Finals is completely wide open.
Wow. Everybody can take a breather for a second before we get into what might be the last half of this major, unless we go into overtime. Everybody needs to reset. FaZe Clan now will be starting on the T side. Karrigan and Guardian with the grenades. Cloud9, Skadoodle, is this the run? Or is it FaZe Clan's time? There are so many stories on both teams. It's very easy to focus on the North Americans because of where we are, but FaZe Clan also such a storied team at this point. Rain, the only remaining person from the original lineup. Both these teams want this and need this so bad, but it starts with the second pistol.
See a lot of activity up towards Banana, and so does Cloud9. They see the push coming. The rotation starts to make its way over. So Faze needs to operate before the full push is in. Good initial grenade there, chipping away at these aggressive Faze players as they move into the bomb site. Tarek not checked for. Oh, he gets 2! That's outrageous stuff there from Tarek. He falls back. Faze get a return kills. They have the site.
Smoke down towards construction and the bomb will get planted. Heat and Potty set up for Faze Clan at the back and they've got Karrigan in the pool.
8-7 daha.
How do Cloud9 deal with this? They've got Skadoodle with a smoke grenade, so they can try to perhaps smoke off Banana or try to isolate one of these plays. He's carrying a kid as well, which gives him a few extra seconds. He doesn't really have an angle to smoke off Banana, so he'll go for the bomb instead. Can he get there as well? If he gets on it, then he's probably going to get this defuse. He's the last man! But no, Faze Clan, all the guns trained in the right directions. Desperation play doesn't work out, and Faze Clan take the pistol.
You got to respect that, though. I love the attempt from Skadoodle to go for it, and it's be interesting to see whether or not they'll go for the full force buy here. Some teams prefer to leave money in the bank. This is a map where you can get a lot of value out of the force buys on the CT side. So
that's both pistol rounds won by Faze Clan. That puts them in a really strong position. And again, if Cloud9 are going to do this, it is going to be the hard way.
And they've gone for the full force. Tarek looking for that scout headshot. Get it, even a tag, which is unfortunate for Tarek. We saw that he single-handedly on Mirage dismantled Faze in the buy round with that scout. And he do it again. Great the flash! Oh, the defense from Nico though, but that's a good effort. 1 for 1, Cloud9 will be loving that.
So winning one more player, so they got some information out of that as well. And again, Inferno is the map when you're on a force buy round, when you're on an eco round, to try and get some money on some smoke grenades and really slow down the opponent. We're not seeing that in this particular round at this point. There are no smokes left. Tarek with a flashbang. Again, Cloud9 ever so dangerous on rounds such as this. They thrive in these situations. Tarek gets a tag, but he can't escape the situation. Automatic going for some spam, not landing the shot. He needs to stay alive and try to hold on to this map control. Oh, how is he doing this? Tags Karrigan twice, and he's still got 2 more teammates to rotate in.
All the damage being really annoying. What a nuisance Automatic is at the moment. Looking for the wall bang damage as well. Try to follow up somehow. And again, Cloud9, they can try to actually save these guns. That is a very good play.
Yeah.
And
belli etme
moving
işte.
into too much disadvantage, moving through the choke points into Faze. You are well and truly set up with more players as well, more firepower. Cloud9 will have another chance in the next round to do more damage to the economy of Faze, and also just maybe even straight up have a chance to win the round. We've seen how effective these pistols can be, especially in the hands of these players. There it is, Faze looking to survive before. Again, very important with the prospect of those pistols into the next round. Skadoodle actually picks up the scout. That can go back to Tarek. This next round is dangerous.
Do it. Tarek is probably the best man for the job with the scout in a round such as this. He has proven it. Once or twice. Right then, let's see what Cloud9 can do. Before they get onto the buy, good to see that Skadoodle is the top fragger for them at the moment. Hopefully he'll have a good half. Faze Clan now, they need to minimize the losses in this round. They've got Karrigan and Rain to try and build some cash. They are the cash machine players, if you will, the ATMs in this round. And they can be more aggressive. If you lose a Mac 10 and your whole team has helmets, it's not the worst thing in the world. Triple short stack, and it will be 3 kills with those SMGs. Where the money at?
Do they suspect Stewie, though? He's in a very funky position. Oh, the open plant. It's going to be a free kill. Stewie doing some damage right there. And that's going to be some small consolation. Tarek still has the scout. And honestly, he's got no Kevlar, so he might feel like he should just go for this. He's going to have a buy next round. He won't be able to afford an AWP, but, well, looks like he will be holding position for the time being. Perhaps looking for an overextension of one of these Faze players. If that is to be the case, maybe there's an opportunity for him to steal away a gun, but it doesn't look like Faze is really very much interested in this. They know there's no real value in killing him.
With the SMGs in play as well, he may want to avoid those and not give extra money to Faze Clan unnecessarily. Try to use the range as best he can, and perhaps Rain will give him an option as he's about to peek in. Not landing it this time, but funnily enough, because Tarek has no Kevlar, Rain has a very good chance of taking him out. And there he is, some bonus money made by Rain, lots of SMG kills, and that means more pressure to come from Faze Clan, who are 5 rounds away from winning this major.
Oha.
Wow.
That is actually an insane reality that we're about to... I mean, this is something, as we described before, this is the one accolade, this is the one achievement, the one milestone that 4 of the players on the Faze team have. The organization itself within CS, one of the newer organizations that doesn't have as well. This is a trophy that they're destined to lift. And they're so close to it. But we've seen the resilience of CLOUD9. We've seen them find that inner strength. And they've got a very poor situation on the utility, but they do have rifles at least. But they are lacking the AWP. This will be a very hard round for CLOUD9. There's no doubt about that.
Hazırlıklarımı yapayım artık yavaştan. İzleri atalım. 1.5K olurdu hani şu an 1 milyon izliyor dedin ya. Abanırlardı hemen.
Faze Clan quickly taking Banana.
Sırf izlemek için CSGO falan alıyorlar.
There are likely to be a lack of helmets. So that Mac 10 will be like a Gatling gun versus these players. Skadoodle and Tarek.
TRT yayın açıyor falan.
Tarek making his way towards B as well. Got to be careful now. Look, my stacking damage. There's a flashbang there. You see the strafe from Tarek, but he can't get the pick.
A rotation from Faze. And again, now most utilities been burned from CLOUD9. They've got a little bit left here as they look to go for the rotation. This is very scary right now. 50 seconds. This is a great timing for a push from Faze. They've got Karrigan in there. Mac 10 creating space, tapping away with it. Finds the finish onto Rush, who gets one. Now Skadoodle back at work, and that is a beautiful. Kill the bombs down. They have the advantage. The snaps are really good from Skadoodle, but the work is not done just yet. Nico's alive, and he has 6 health. How is he alive still? I don't know how he's dodging
Ben yeteri kadar zorluyorum.
Can he secure the plant? Looks like he can. But his life is forfeit.
Skadoodle with 2 very important kills in that round. If he doesn't get those, there's probably a very strong post-plant position. Saving his teammate Tarek, and then look at this snap on the balcony. Marvelous stuff from Skadoodle. There are some familiar faces in the crowd. 11-8, Faze Clan again. They made a lot of money with those SMGs, and they'll have a really good buy coming back into this one. So if CLOUD9 want to continue the comeback trail, they must prevail. They must survive in the numbers as well.
It's a really impressive round win again, just highlighting the lack of a sniper and utility in the previous round. That really is going to keep them alive for quite some time. You can see they're fully kitted out at this point. Stewie and Rush on AK-47s and automatic. Really, really nice to have on the CT side. The 1 bullet potential is really useful in these aim battles as these Faze players start to swing out into position to try to fight for forward map control. Guardian taking some damage earlier on as well. Faze Clan just working out the default, taking control of Apartments and Banana. They have pretty much everything now, more or less. And CLOUD9 are going to rely on their passive setups. They have saved a lot of utility into the 1-minute mark.
Faze Clan with possession of Banana reasonably early. You wonder if CLOUD9 are comfortable with that. CLOUD9, such passive positions, they don't have info, it is purely guesswork. But maybe they can read something based on the grenades and such from Faze Clan. However, whatever they're reading for the time being appears to be wrong. 3 players towards B for CLOUD9, and the Faze have Arch. And they've got a player deep in the balcony position as well. Tarek looking for some shenanigans. There's a flashbang. He's good for 2! Skadoodle taken down towards Speedway in the meantime, and Rush trying to hold down a pit, but he can't do it. Tarek is going to go through the smoke. He is trying to stop the post-plant positions, but Guardian will puncture his chest.
Retake effort here from CLOUD9. It's going to be a tough one. So much to work against. Guardian with an AWP. That in of itself.
Hazreti Erdoğan onu siksin yazıyor.
Despite being still alive, and it's very difficult for CLOUD9 to know just how strong they are. I'm not sure if that nades the fall. It's going to find Olofmeister. Bounces off the ceiling, off the sky. Straight into Olofmeister's face.
Sen git şey yap.
That kill.
Hah, ne oldu?
CLOUD9. No, there's a chance the flashbang's good, but it's going to be Karrigan to get the kill here. All down to automatic, tapping against the players. He knows they're both in pit. The time is against him. The fake flash is not going to work out. Goes for the tap.
Oh.
They've done it. They know he can't win against the time.
What the fuck? V'ye bastı bak konuşma şeyine. Olmuyormuş. Ya, yayına çıkıyor ama. Herkes susuyor, beni dinliyor.
It's a small highlight in a desperate round as far as CLOUD9 are concerned. You see Faze Clan in the house as well.
Faze kazanmasın abi.
4-round lead for Faze Clan.
Faze'i hiç sevmem. Olaf'ı severim ama Faze Clan'ı.
Not on a sniper rifle, he's on a Max 7.
That's not a very fun prospect, I gotta say.
Tarih affedici diyorlar. Buna koyayım ya. Bak arkadan nasıl bağırıyorlar aga. Boston'da oluyor abi. Turnuva Boston'da oluyor abi. Amerika'da oluyor. Takım da Amerika takımı abi ya. Orada olmak vardı. Aynen abi. Gideceğiz. Biz yiyeceğiz orayı. Allah ya. Aynen Almanya'da falan hani ya da Avrupa ülkelerinden bir tanesinde olursa gideriz de Amerika çok uzak.
CLOUD9 players, Stewie got lucky to get away with that one. Grenades being deployed by both teams again. The smoke on the side to create space, the flashbang. Oh my god, Stewie 2K! Good for the 2K, but automatic can't get anything else done. Karrigan 20 HP, desperately jumping into the
bir dakika. Adamlar konuşuyor ya, anlamadım. Bir daha söyler misin?
3-on-3, the bomb isn't down just yet, and Skadoodle may go for hero play. He might get some sound cues.
Evet.
The smoke's gone, he's completely exposed. Nobody had to see. This is insane. Everybody here for both teams.
Yaza olduğu için daha ucuz hani tatil falan. Bayağı fark ediyor ya.
19 seconds for that bomb to go down. Do they commit? Warning shots from Skadoodle. Can't quite land the shot. Tarek taken out. 2 versus 3. CLOUD9 are so ill-equipped for this. Bad positions. They've got a Molotov onto rush. They're against 3 AKs. Surely they can't do this, but they can't escape either. They are stuck in construction.
Oh, it's such an awkward position, isn't it? I mean, Skadoodle,
evet, sanırım yazın da olur ya. Düşünsene yazın oluyor. Direkt gideriz abi. Tabii para da lazım. Seneye o zaman be. Abi bir gitsek efsane, ölümüne bak. Ölümüne fotoğraf çekiyorum abi. Normalde hiç öyle fotoğraf çekilmeyi falan sevmiyorum ama.
They are looking really good right now. CLOUD9 are having a very hard time. They're up against a wall. Their economy is not in a good place. Stewie did his best, but it wasn't enough this time. How much do you have left in the tank?
Her şeyi çekerim abi.
Again, such a good start to the round with the 2K, but he can't do anything else. Funnily enough, he would have got a third kill through the smoke, but
paylaşıyorum. Almanya'nın tozunu paylaşıyorum. Tozu bile baktı be falan.
Situation for Faze Clan because CLOUD9, their loss bonus was reset. Their money sucks, and they are investing again. They're going for the force buy again. 13-8, Faze Clan they could barely be in a stronger position than they're in right now to win this major.
One thing CLOUD9 has shown us is they don't have fear, and they've got a lot of cool pop flash plays. We saw it before against these players on Banana from Faze, suffering against the pop flashes, the peaks of the C6.
Bu sene kaç paraymış biletler?
Faze Clan on a high alert here. They suspect these plays, but they're going to make some of their own as they start to push in.
Aynen şu anki için.
Stewie shuts down 2, and now there's a chance
$120
in a round where they're so under-equipped.
Karrigan trying to capitalize on it, maybe a rotation towards B, but there is none. And the bomb is at the very bottom of mid, and now automatic to the bottom of Banana. So I think it's Rain who's trapped. Almost T-spawn with the bomb.
Oluyormuş ya.
What a response from CLOUD9. Such a terrible buy, a disastrous buy for them.
Hesabına yapıyorlarmış. Drop veriyorlarmış direkt. Bileti alırsan ve izlemeye gidersen işte hatıra kutular var ya, onlardan Steam account link for drops yazıyor sitede. Steam hesapları linki için drop. Normal drop cobblestone falan. Aynen tüm biletler için galiba yani. Sen yani kesin düşürüyorsun, anladın mı? Ama öbür türlü şansa. Bilmiyorum. Ay, onu bilmiyorum işte ya.
Holding it for automatic. His support not even required, it seems. Stewie's feeling it.
Ölümüne düşürdüğünü düşünsene.
To get the equalizer.
I think we will see a round reset because it seems Olofmeister did an auto buy. He's bought an MP7 and armor, which is almost never a deliberate decision. FaZe Clan's money is really weird here. Some people can buy it, some people can't. And they have a 4-round advantage to play with. So there are questions to be asked. But first, I'm sure will come a restore of the round.
Tam bir bakayım ya.
There it is. You see it on your screen.
Bakalım etkinlik falan var mı?
2800. So please just unbind the auto buy. And there is, I believe, Rain's girlfriend on the right and Guardian's wife on the left. Oh, come on, guys!
Wow. Come on, guys!
You guys are savages. They're innocent people, damn it!
Well, there's loads of options here for FaZe. That is for sure. They have a spot where they can
Spiker
actually...
çıldırdı.
We're going to see an interesting choice, in fact. We're going to see the AKs coming out. I actually suspect...
Oo aga, Space Soldiers'la MVU eşleşmiş.
But they're actually going in with this. As you said, the money's so weird. We've got 2 AKs, a European and MP7. So the MP7's back after all. And a handful of utility. A fast round perhaps as they start to make their way up second mid. And CLOUD9 don't have any forward players to spot this just yet.
Yarım lan.
This could be very surprising.
Focus from FaZe Clan is Cloud9's economy. Skadoodle unable to escape, standing there with a CZ and he can't draw fast enough. What is going on in this round? They're losing the A site. They're getting absolutely annihilated by FaZe Clan. Reminding Cloud9, do you know who we are?
And look at Cloud9's money. They don't have any money. This could not happen. This is the worst possible time for it to happen. The 2 AKs here from Cloud9 that at least trying to make a play with automatic, but you can see that Stewie's very, very defensive. He wants to hold on to that. They know how desperate the situation is, and it's actually kind of important for automatic to find his way into a kill. And there it is. Now the kill is going to be very important to allow him to fall all the way back. And now FaZe, if they want to try to take him down, they have to be suspicious of every single angle. So the aggression there shown by automatic allows him to play passively and give additional chances for him and Stewie to stay alive with these guns. And they are so crucial for the chances of Cloud9. We saw what they did with 1 AK.
This might be a major winning round from FaZe Clan. The implications of this are absolutely insane. 2 rounds away. Reset Cloud9 again. This has to be the round of their lives, quite literally. Otherwise, we're looking at match point FaZe Clan. Here we go. They're going to force around it. They managed to get another... This is actually fairly reasonable from Cloud9. Max 7 onto Tarek again, though. So let's see. Can FaZe Clan be stopped on their march towards the trophy?
Now we saw Cloud9 win around with less, so the AKs are going to be a very big boon to their defensive capabilities, but it's a fast round from FaZe. They're looking to crush these forward positions. There is no stopping their pace, but maybe there is. Skadoodle able to get Carrigan, and that's the effort on Arch slowed here. Cloud9 bring in a 4th man. FaZe have to reconsider. They have a lot of time. They don't have to commit.
FaZe put the brakes on, and that's really important that they still have the focus to do that, because that could have easily collapsed around them really badly. Tarek begging someone to peek from the balcony position, and now 2 players being spotted towards the arch area, but automatic is hunting. Nico getting tagged, a flying match 7. Are you serious, Tarek? It's 5 versus 1, they haven't lost a single player. How on earth are they doing this, Cloud9?
Again, against all the odds, back against the wall, they somehow find something very special indeed. Cloud9 reached 10 rounds, 4 away from FaZe, and 6 away from a major title.
This is going down to the wire when you're almost against match point and you have to have a flying Mag 7 to get a kill. Desperate times. Cloud9 hanging from the edge of the mountain by their fingernails. FaZe Clan close to scaling it. But for now, they're on pistols. They won't repeat the same round they just had. They will save one. The Eagles are out, CZs are out. This is still a very dangerous round for Cloud9. They cannot rest at any point in this match.
Ooh, there's a good start from Skadoodle. The challenge is taken by Olofmeister, but it's going to fall. More challenges to be taken around Banana here, testing the Cloud9 defense, but that has proved to be fatal. And there again, you can't test Skadoodle. A 2nd kill. Faze are running out of players in this round.
Yok baya ya. Adamlar oynuyor işte şu an. Belki çevirirler, yenerler. Belki yani.
How do you make that?
Maybe diyecektim ama koyayım.
Still leading in the frag.
Hayda.
Great time to lead by example, Monsieur Skadoodle. But will it be enough? CLOUD9.
Adam alttan ne diyor ya?
Still the underdogs. 4 rounds away. Faze Clan trying to do damage. Any kill here for Faze Clan is huge because CLOUD9 don't stop the catch really.
Kilot.
Stewie 2K waiting. Baiting.
Aynen abi. Yani değişik. Kilot gibi okunuyor. Ama ay kilot demiyor. Kilot der gibi okunuyor. Değişik hani kilot. Kilot. CLOUD9.
Now that they're starting to run out of money and chances, that's when the pressure starts to mount. That's when the nerves could start to be, the doubt could start to be there. But
Tarık çok fena oynuyor hatta.
They just have to get it over the line. And here's the big buy from Faze. If they lose this one, we can expect CLOUD9 to get up to 13 and be close to equalizing. CLOUD9 playing an incredibly crucial round from that perspective. And Faze will start with some passive take of the banana position, but CLOUD9 showing they aren't going to give it away for free.
Yeah, CLOUD9 seemed content with giving them banana early.
Hayda. Aramıştım seni ama.
Now the investment comes in. Olaf Meister being forced away. He will re-smoke, which also benefits the CTs.
Wait.
We see some spray from Stewie. We will, but he'll back off, not overextending. Olaf Meister saying we're still here as well. But again, it's a T-smoke down
Ne?
at the moment, which means banana is closed off
Hayır.
for even longer than it otherwise might have been.
Players around apartment have sort of slowed themselves. They've taken apartments, Faze Clan that is. But they sort of are holding their horses for the time being. A very passive approach from Faze. You really want to get top banana first before they start to burst into top mid. Bomb still down for Faze. And look at this, a late retake here from CLOUD9. The flashes are in. Stewie goes in front. Nico gets 2, and that is huge. Now CLOUD9 are up against it. Faze sees the opportunity, but Tarek, the only man, the last line of defense on the B side to be stopped by.
Satış.
There was no rotation.
Chat'e yazayım satış.
When Tarek went down, they started moving, but that's such an interesting situation. Banana, we'll come to that in a second. Skadoodle picks off Carrigan. Are they going to push towards the B bomb site? CLOUD9, the bomb isn't down just yet, and that might spur them on. And yes, they are headed now in that direction. So we'll look at the beginning of that round a bit later on, but what can they do? They've got 4 flashes, a Molotov, and a HE grenade. The run boost as well. Oh god, it's so desperate. They both have kits.
Nah yaparlar. Aşağı oldum şu anda.
Here comes the molly. Skadoodle flashed off though, and Guardian tries to escape. He makes it towards the oranges and a HG grenade. But this is only one player, and he's still alive. 3 HP. CLOUD9 are at the point of no return. The bomb is far too thick. They cannot win this. They've got to run away. They have to run away. They've got all the kills, but they won't win the round. It's match point Faze. Going back to banana then. Stewie was holding a smoke grenade. I think he might have been a bit greedy. He was holding a smoke grenade for the longest time, especially with the T smoke earlier on. It's 45 seconds.
Spawn yapıyor.
Deployed the smoke grenade, and it would have been really
Saldırı yapıyor şu an.
But he got into it. The flash came in. He tried to run past his teammate. He ran into his fire. He took damage from both directions. What a disaster. Match point Faze. They are on the cusp of winning this major.
And you said CLOUD9, if they wanted to do it, they'd have to do it the hard way. And there's no harder way than trying to play against Faze on match point. They are looking to try to close this down with a very fast fashion here, moving up banana with speed. And there is no way CLOUD9 can hold on to it. They have to fall back into the site. Faze have exerted a great deal of pressure very early onto the round, and they've got so much time to play with as well. And CLOUD9, they do have 2 ops. They have maximum utility, but they are forced to play with no information.
CLOUD9 have a lot of grenades right now. They've got a lot of smokes and everything else, and they need to use them wisely. Molotov goes down before the smoke in top mid, and the smoke will go down afterwards. 1 minute on the clock. Again, Stewie towards B, still has a smoke in the hole. Automatic still has a smoke in the hole. But they've got passive positions. They don't know what the situation is on Banana. But now we're at the sub 1 minute mark. We need to get those smokes going. Olofmeister maybe offering a fake towards the B-bomb site. Meanwhile, the push comes in towards Ace. Skadoodle in the smoke. Skadoodle taken down. Tarek's got to go huge here. He's got a crossfire with Rush. We've got Guardian in a short position, and he's exposed, but he goes down. Rush still alive. 4 versus 3. Spotting 1 player, maybe 2 towards the other position. Now Olofmeister's on short, but it's a flash, and he's taken down. Tarek is not done with this major yet.
Here it is, Tarek! They stay alive for 1 more round. CLOUD9, they were off in all positions, except the very final one that counts the bomb sites, where Tarek held on valiantly. And it was amazing to see the desperation drop of the smoke, spinning around to find the spray kill on the opponent at distance. That really shows you the composure and the class of a player like Tarek and what he adds to the team. Time out here from
Abi chat'e ünlem koyup aferin yazan var.
Dangerous no matter the situation.
FaZe Clan, it's their turn for economical disaster. $1,500 on most of the players. What did FaZe do? Did they force buy in this? It seems like they might. Lots of discussion on the team as to what they should do. Investment being made, not leaving much in the bank. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a close one. FaZe are playing to win the major in this round with these pistols, with these flashbangs, with these smoke grenades.
It's a very tough ask, but we've seen how explosive they can be, and sometimes the timing is just very overwhelming. And CLOUD9 will be resting on, again, a huge amount of utility to use, and that utility will be so key in slowing down the pushes of FaZe. FaZe don't have much in the way of smoke grenades to nullify the incendiaries. They don't have much in the way of flashbangs to counter-flash the CT opposition. So it generally is very, very difficult for them to get onto a bomb site. And that is why CLOUD9 are holding very passively. They don't need the information. They have the utility and weapon advantage. FaZe look like they want the final destination of this round to be B.
Problem here for CLOUD9 is, if they're facing 5 FaZe players, if they drop both of these weapons, there's a very high chance that FaZe Clan win this round and the map and the major. They start to move in. Stewie spots some players. How long will he stand there though? He's tagging a player. Automatics in the smoke. He won't know what's going on. He goes through the pull position. He's spreading the glory of the gun. But it's a 3 versus 2, and this is what I'm talking about. The bomb's not down just yet, but Karrigan has an AWP, and Guardian has an AK-47. And they've got smokes to slow down CLOUD9. Importantly now, Guardian has the AWP. CLOUD9, 2 players towards CT. They've got flashes of their own. They need to keep these players blind. They've got a smoke. They can close the distance, but Guardian has a sniper rifle, and they're playing for the major.
This is one of the strongest ways to play a post-plant. A sniper rifle indeed. Guardian, he whiffs the first shot. They start to march forwards. FaZe know this is their chance. They could steal it away from CLOUD9. The flick shot missed Guardian. In the most critical moment, it has to be Karrigan. It has to be the leader. But it's Rush all the way. And CLOUD9 again. Again, they stay alive.
Skadoodle still leading the charge. Top fragger on the server.
FaZe alacak abi galiba.
Turning up on Inferno. Guardian made it really hard. FaZe Clan made it really hard. Playing to win the major in that round. They planted the bomb, and that will make a significant difference in the round to come. Holy hell, Dan. How far are we going with this match?
I have no idea, but this is definitely an epic tale between these 2 teams. Again, we can't understate how much improvement CLOUD9 has made. I think Jason called them, they've grown up, and we're really seeing that.
You better keep those voices up, because pistols are being purchased. The CZs, the P250s, the smoke grenades. FaZe Clan will try to thrive on the bedlam in the anarchy of this round. FaZe Clan need a bomb plant once again. Let's get that max buy-in. CLOUD9 double snipers. Skadoodle, I was going to say, may feel confident to go for a peek down mid, but you never know if double nades are coming, or even more. FaZe Clan closing the distance again. FaZe Clan moving through the apartments, all the close quarters areas. Will there be a smoke on the balcony? Will there be flashes? Will they make their way into the pit?
The utility is certainly scary here from Faze Clan. They can definitely get a lot out of this. It's a round where Cloud9 are playing a slightly more forward setup than the previous one, which looks very scary indeed. And this time they have Stewie with the AWP holding an angle, not expecting to be bested on that angle. He has an AWP and he knows that it's not a possibility for them to have a rifle or an AWP. He must connect the shot though, and he must stay alive. It's so critical that Stewie does not die, and he goes for the flick, gets the info, and he falls back. He's still alive, and Faze have not pushed the position just yet.
You see, the teammate had the flash. As soon as he fires the shot, the flash comes in. But again, if Faze charge that site and pick up weapons, we saw how hairy it was last time, and they still have Kevlar. And it seems they're going to do it. I don't know. I think they're trying to draw a third player over towards the B bomb site, so maybe make a push towards A. And Cloud9, again, they don't really have the info. Skadoodle was top mid, keeping an eye on things, but he's been moved from his position. He doesn't want to go back. He's too afraid to do it. So it seems it will be 4 versus 2 on the B bomb site. Olofmeister trying to keep around the smoke, but look, the rotation's being pulled. Automatic coming off his position. The smoke, the flashes, Automatic's blind. Stewie needs to land some shots, and he is. 2 kills for him. Don't take out your teammate.
Helal.
Now 10 seconds for this bomb to go down. He must stay alive. Stewie is going absolutely crazy on the B bomb site. There's no time.
Hayatta kalamazlar abi.
It's too late.
Stewie be, Stewie. One more round.
So long. As you said, James, he had to hit those shots. They were must-hit shots, and Stewie did not break. He did not fold in this position. He stayed true to his aim. And that's why he's on this team. The momentum is with Cloud9. Faze, their lead has been eroded. Round by round, it's been grinded away by the likes of Cloud9. And a moment of respite for both teams as they take a breather here and recompose for the final round of regulation. After this round, we're either going to overtime, or we're crowning a new major champion. We're handing away a trophy in this next round, potentially.
This is what majors are about. Listen to this crowd! You see the issue with no bomb plant. Guardian has no helmet. Karrigan's on a UMP. This is what they're fighting for the major with. However, it is Faze Clan. It doesn't matter what they have. It doesn't matter if they've got Kevlar or if they're naked. If they've got rifles or if they've got pistols. They are always capable.